kids and our coaches are really excited about it, and you know, we've done everything we can up until this point. We really appreciate, you know, Mr. Tackett and the Kentucky High School Athletic Association helping us how to have a football season.
And 6 months later, we are back in the studio. Welcome into the first high school sports zone of the season. Charlie Walter, Keith Farmer. 3 weeks late because of COVID-19, but we do have football this season and a beautiful matchup on tap week number 1.
Yeah, and everyone did what they were supposed to do in order to make this happen. And the football gods treated us with a huge matchup in game 1. North Hardin and Frederick Douglass. UK commits on both sides. Running back Lavelle Wright and for North Hardin and safety Jordan Lovett have already committed to the Big Blue. Then on the Frederick Douglass side, wide receiver DeKel Crowdus and offensive lineman Jagger Burton. Others have offers, so many that there were several UK players there to watch and support future teammates. After the Broncos scored first on a safety, got the ball back, but Martell Smith jumps the route and runs it back for 6. Missed PAT at 6'2" Trojans. Douglas had another chance to score. Look at this. Micah Parms takes this one away from Crowdus for another INT. Finally, Douglas punched it in as Darius Neal takes the handoff. He's going to score. 8-6 Broncos. And then how about some trickery? Jagger Burton takes the snap on the extra point, runs it in for 2. 10-6 Frederick Douglass lead. However, North Hardin comes back to win it 19-17. Philip Hawkins is the new man at the helm for Bryan Station this year. His defenders with a tough first test against Scott County. If you like defense, here you have it. Cards knocking on the door after an interception. Montego Jones close to scoring, but the ball's punched out. Defenders recover. We stay scoreless in the third. Finally, some offense. Joseph Bond breaks through and is off to the races. He's not all the way, though. Eventually dragged down inside the 20. Station in business, though. Few plays later, Amadeus Taylor in for the touchdown, but a blocked PAT keeps it 6-0. That proved costly. 7.5 to play. Jones had 134 yards on the ground, gets the equalizing touchdown. Now the PAT, and it's good. That's the game winner as Scott County wins it 7-6.
Gone is legendary coach Chuck Smith and a bunch of talented seniors from last year, but Boyle County resides in Titletown for a reason, and they looked like the Rebels they were used to tonight. They had Mercer County. It took 2 drives, but Boyle County returned to form. Will McDaniel, a 9-yard touchdown. Very next Boyle County possession. We remember the name Jagger Gillis from his time at Anderson County, and new school, same result. That's Coleman Clark on the receiving end of this touchdown pass. Boyle County rolls 51-7. Another first-year coach in Ricky Bowling at Great Crossing. His Warhawks traveled to take on Dennis Johnson's Woodford County Yellow Jackets. A couple of drives in. That's Jackson Gallier, the bully. Powers it in for 6. Jackets on top. Great Crossing responds. Caspin Colbert right up the gut. I think he may have been untouched, and he, let's call it, waltzes to the end zone. Tied up at 7. Second quarter, Woodford County goes full send. Deep one. Bryce Patterson hooks up with the big man J.D. Anderson down the sideline. Touchdown. Dennis Johnson and his squad 1-0. They win at 35-13.
Mark Palmer, first-year head coach. We got a theme going. He's at Anderson County. They host Franklin County. Franklin in the red zone. Nick Broyles makes a quick strike to Gavin Hurst as he breaks a few tackles for the score. Then we go to the start of the second half. In Anderson County, running the ball, Jaden Madison lays a huge hit, causing a fumble, and the Flyers recover. A few plays later, Nick Broyles passes to Caden Mormon. Watch him just cruise on by. For the touchdown, Franklin County gets the shutout, 55-0. The Bourbon County Colonels taking on the Thoroughbreds of Harrison County. There are 2 sides of football. Defense and offense, and Bourbon had both clicking early. Second half, nice pass from Clay Estes to Parker Estes. And then it was Cade Goebel. He's going to come up with the fumble recovery to give the Colonels great field position to add another TD on the board. This time, Clay Estes going to take it himself. Gives Bourbon County the win over Harrison, 34-14.
Paintsville made the trip to East Jessamine tonight. I'll tell you what, I saw 2 games in Jessamine County, and I think I legit saw 10 turnovers. East Jess was up 14-0 early. An injury stopped play, and that's where things fell apart. The fumble, and then nothing was working for the Jags. 4th down and goal. And fighting his way in is Jake Hyden. The stretch, the touchdown. Paintsville cuts the lead in half. Tigers were down 14-0. They then outscore East Jess 39-10 the rest of the way. They win by a couple of scores. I told you I saw 10 turnovers in Jessamine County tonight. I think 8 of them were from South Laurel, West Jessamine. I wasn't even there a half, Keith. It was gross early. Fumbles, interceptions, turnovers on down.
Week one.
The pads, came on real late, but they picked it up in a hurry. They would settle down. That's Jackson Green, just a junior. He could play. Watch him say peace as he looked back. His first touchdown of the year. Let's run it back. Same connection. 11-9. Jacob Jones. Jackson Green climbs the ladder. Sloppy start. Fireworks to finish 46-36 West Jess.
All right, Western Hills travel to Paris to take on the Greyhounds. Paris going to get things started with the sweet pass by Chase Puckett to Gabriel Arnett for the first down, but Coach Don Miller would rally the troops and shut down the Greyhounds, starting with this play by Demetrius Britt, who is going to snag that pass for the interception. Forced out of bounds shortly after that, and later in the second quarter, Western Hills going to hand it off to the big fella, fullback Jacob Fields, who's going to put the Wolverines on the board, beating Paris 39-0.
SAYRE starting its first full season at the varsity level for head coach Chad Pennington, down 14-10 in the third. Caleb Kern takes the handoff. I think he's faster than Chad ever was. Sorry, Coach. Go Herd. 17-14 SAYRE. Eminence scored to take a 20-17 lead. There's Chad. His son, Ty Pennington, will launch one over to the right side of the end zone, left side, depending on which side you're looking at of the TV. Spartans, that's the go-ahead score. They win at 38-34.
Of course, as always,
we hope your favorite team won.